Portland rivalry and how excited you are for this weekend.
Yeah, it's a big game. Last year was good for us against the Timbers. We did quite well at home and away, so we're going to try to replicate that this year. But we know how important it is for the fans, for bragging rights, and obviously also for the players. It's a big game. You know, there's a lot of tension on the field, and you're going to have to bring your A game for sure.
No love lost between the fan bases here from Portland to Seattle. Do you fuel off of that when the Portland fans are kind of riding you and heckling you in the goal there?
I get it pretty much everywhere because I'm close to the fans. So, but like I said, I think when you know that it's not just another game, it's the fans are going to be able to have those bragging rights. Then it gives you that extra edge to maybe push even a bit further.
Ziggy said he actually appreciates a pretty good heckler or somebody that's coming after him. Do you sit back and smile sometimes at what they're saying to you, or?
You kind of zone it out and just play your game, but. It's usually pretty sweet when in the end you win the game and you can turn around and just pump your fist, and they got no response to that, right? You just won the game and beat them, so that's usually pretty sweet.
Perfect.
You describe the rivalry in one word.
In one word, it's huge. I think it's. And to explain it, I think it's in this league. You know, I think the league has tried to maybe create rivalries here and there, but this is an existing rivalry, one that goes deep, has deep roots. So it's a big deal. You know, when you're talking about derbies over in England and whatnot, this is a legit huge derby. So there's no fakeness around it or anything like that. It is a big deal.
Is there a game that you played in prior to coming here that comes close to matching kind of what Seattle-Portland is?
For me, I think I had the chance to play in CONCACAF quarterfinal with Toronto, which was a big game. But you know, I have the pleasure now to play in front of 40,000+ people every weekend at home. So every game is huge, and especially when you have high expectations as a team with the quality we have, then we treat every game with the utmost respect, you know. But like I said, I think that the rivalry does give you a little bit on top of it, and you definitely want to end up on top in those games.
Is one of the biggest challenges just controlling, not feeding too much off the emotion that's there in a big rivalry game like this?
Yeah, you definitely want to keep check of your emotions, because you want those to excel your game and to lift your game up, but at the same time you gotta stay smart, because you don't want any kind of rash emotional decision to hurt the team, obviously. Yeah.
Back to the heckling, you had mentioned that you get it at all stadiums. Do you notice differences, say, from New York, from the Midwest, or the urban stadiums from the suburban stadiums, that type of thing?
Yeah, there's certain places where they speak a little German to me, or Swiss German. Believe it or not, the meanest place has been Salt Lake. And I was very surprised with that. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I think I like it. I feed off of it as well. The time it bothers me sometimes is a little bit when I warm up and it isn't too crowded yet. You can really hear every individual person yelling at you, and I don't care. But there's little kids around, and some people are a little drunk, and they're saying some things they shouldn't be saying. But I guess that's part of the whole thing. So
Ziggy has mentioned, I think, San Jose getting kind of personal with him. Have you ever had any problem with their supporters groups?
I haven't. I mean, I think last year Chicago fans weren't happy with me because I was upset at them for throwing bananas and peanuts at me. And then this last game in Colorado, I had a little scuffle with a ball boy, but. It just there's a lot of emotion that goes on the pitch. You know, you're trying to win these games, and it's a good point you make there with trying to keep your emotions under control, because you don't want to end up hurting your team for sure.